Hello there, YouTube. You know, I talk about that sun moving to the south. It used to be hidden behind these trees. You know, it comes straight across. Look how far that thing is over now. But anyway, welcome to a 31-degree Friday, the 21st of November. It's supposed to be nice. Well, no rain today and tomorrow, but it shows it cloudy all day. But it's not looks cloudy, but the sun's peeking through, and I see blue through what clouds are up there. I guess that's kind of dark. But anyway, it's Friday. Let's bust her out and get a weekend going on here. Almighty. It's very nice out here, but cold. Oh, by the way, it made it up to 40. So we've gained 9 degrees. Let's roll. I think it's mostly fog up there. It could be clouds. Yeah, but it's 43 degrees here in Van Chulo. And it's Friday.
Yeah.
It definitely says Friday. But anyway, kind of chilly out there at 43. It's gonna be chilly because we were sitting in this nice warm car. Yep. It's a long walk downstairs. Yep. Excuse me. Anyway, have yourself a wonderful Friday. And I'll see you as the day goes on, and definitely at the end.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, we see you. Bye. Bye-bye now. Oh, my goodness. Where'd that Spyder go? She's sitting right yonder. I guess he's coming to pick it up today. I just got her out and got her ready. But just an unbelievably, stunningly beautiful day out there. Unbelievably, yeah, whatever. Such a nice day. You think the sales guys would want to get that road glide up there. I would be pushing it out of here because of space stuff, but I don't have a problem with that right now. And I don't mind looking at it. To keep them keys away from the bike, though. She's a beauty. Man, that is a good looking one. Holy moly. Hogan Dogan. Good old gal. I need to go up, ask Kelly about something. Hoping a guy with a reverse camera on an F3. And got a question about a part number. And I told you last night, if you have a 24 F3, well, it's got to be a T or limited, or a Spyder RT, and you put in the reverse camera on, you will have to order the rear fender. And when I did that 25 for that super cool customer, I think I mentioned in there, I didn't watch the video, but it seems like I remember saying that there's probably a template or something to put a hole in it. But the 25 F3s come with the hole already in. I don't have an F3 down here, but the one for the RTs, it's this whole fender piece around here, and apparently the price has been lowered, which would be nice. So, you know, it has a hole for the camera. The main thing is the boss that holds the camera is molded into the cover. So even if you were to carve a hole in it to put the camera in it, there's no way for you to mount it. I'm sure you could jerry rig some kind of thing some way, but it's not meant to. Well, the instructions for that have greatly updated. The initial instructions we had for it was only showing it, you know, it told you that it came with the bracket for the RT and the F3, and I think the Canyon, it just bolts right into it. The Canyons we haven't had someone with an XT or lower that doesn't come with a camera, have a camera put on, but anyway, they just bolt right into it. I'm sure that the Canyons are just coming that way. And I would imagine I think these are missing some of the updates. I don't know. Well, I gotta see when more show up, because what they say in the what's new little thing can change over time. That's just an internal thing. I probably shouldn't even mention some of those things. Wait till the bikes get here, But anyway, I would think, because I know that the 25 F3T, it came with everything you need. There was like a cover. You took the cover out, and which was a hole where the camera goes, and the boss for mounting the camera. Everything was there. You have a little bracket you got to use, but it's pretty straightforward, actually. The one caveat to all this is your camera doesn't automatically start working. You have to use buds, which now is buds 3. Yeah, right? Yeah, 3. MPI 4, which is now V800, that uses buds 3. The MPI 3 used buds 2. But at any rate, you have to use buds to turn it on. When you mount the camera up, everything's great, but when you put it in reverse, the camera doesn't come on. So you have to go in and enable the camera. So if you do this yourself, you will have to go see a dealer, unless you know somebody who's got buds 3 and spent a crazy amount of money for a V800. Excuse me, pardon me, hiccups. For a V800 setup, which I don't know at this point if it's even available to the public. I don't think there's anything that stops us for selling them, but it's not in any kind of catalog anywhere. We can't sell buds 3. That is strictly a dealer thing, but those things end up out as packages. I mean, I even seen the whole buds 2 kit for sale on Amazon for cheaper than what the MPI 3 or MPI 2, the old white, now the old, which was up until recently the new one. It includes that, which, like, my cost for buying that is probably double what you could buy the whole kit from Amazon. I don't know if those are still there or what, but I'm all for anybody and everybody having access to these things. I think, and I don't know how it works, but I know that when the 2020s came out, or maybe that was later, that they said they would have MBI 2, and then we open it up, and it's still the old Deutsch connector, the 6-pin Deutsch connector, and it's a weird little bracket, and there was a bulletin that says this is where the MPI 2 would mount if you had that, but that's not in the United States. If you have an MPI 2, you have a better chance of, finding a dongle that will scan into it. That's what I do with the BMWs. You just got to have the software to do it, and I was calling it ODB, or yeah. It's calling it the wrong thing. But anyway, you can get the OBD. I think I just called it ODB, but OBD for hooking it up, and then just the software for it. The software is free. If I want to do extra things and more robust stuff, I think there's a yearly fee or whatever. And I bought the old 9-pin, the early models, which on BMWs was 2016 and back. And it was like $9 or something for it. So I just got, so I can hook up to either one. But it'd be nice if they got OBD, had the OBD connectors on the Spyders, so that, you could do that. But I don't know. You can do that with Harleys, but those are OBD6, which is that small thing that Honda, Kawasaki, and a whole bunch of the motorcycles are going to. And if you had that, you just buy that adapter. I don't have one here, but that's probably what the Spyders were using, because most of the motorsports are using that OBD6. That is an adapter that the OBD2 can plug into. Crazy. Anyway, this is something I got to go check with Kelly on. And I've gone up there a couple of times, and she's been busy with customers, which is very nice. I see customers in the sales area, and yeah, sunshine brings them out. But I have to say, I haven't heard a single motorcycle drive by out there yet. So, but the sun being out, that gets the interest going. People going, you know, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna go ride my motorcycle. I need a new one. Maybe mine's tired, and I need a shiny new one, like a beautiful 2026 Spyder in mineral blue. What almighty, that thing's pretty. And the sun's so bright in my face, I can't even hardly oh, there it went. It picked up the, what's this thing got now, like 3,000 nits? Man, that screen gets bright. Watch this when I point, well, you can't see it. If I point that thing in the sun, it is amazing that a screen can get that bright. What is it out here? 50 degrees. Pert near, oh, yeah, almost 3 o'clock. Stunning. I was trying to give you guys a view of Mount Hood yesterday. Look at that. Is that stunning or what? There she is in all her beauty. Wow. That's some kind of pretty. Man, I sure love them mountains. Holy moly. Can't believe how excited I was to move up here and see all this stuff and to go up to them. Crazy. So apparently, thanks to Mama's help, if you're looking up that F3 camera for your RT, the number that they show is still good, but I'm getting information that it superseded to a different number. That different number, even though the original number they tell you for the Fender kit for your F3T or limited, that is a good number. There's a newer number, how that comes up, but that is a Canyon piece. That is not an F3 piece. And it's just the Fender, oddly enough. And but I think the Canyon already has the hole in the Fender, so yeah, you don't need that. Because the Canyons are 25 only. You want me to get you some tape, Mama?
Oh, I'll go get something.
But
it doesn't show that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He got information that it superseded. The gentleman that I'm talking with online.
Oh.
So all's good.
I wanted you to give this information.
No. It's oh, you can see Mount Hood back there. It's 4 o'clock, and the mama and I are gonna start our weekend early. I'll tell you one thing. Although there's a lot of customers today, that Kelly flat keeps herself busy. She's doing inventory, verifying that stuff is where it's supposed to be and that it's here, and man, what a trooper. And it's funny, you look around and all the, well, there's a couple that, you know, keep pace with her, especially, it's actually one guy that helps in parts. He actually works in service too, but the rest of them just sit around, stare at their phones, socialize, shooting bull. It's crazy. Anyway, that's beautiful. Let's roll. I'm actually gonna roll before sunset. Sunset is what? 4:33. But once again, made it home safe and sound. I thought I'd come out here and tinker with these brakes right quick. But I got a big cleaning mess to do out of this thing to make all that work. So I need to take it apart, clean it, and lube all that junk. That is some kind of nasty, isn't it? Or I could just go ahead and take that cable off of this thing. Knock the brake shoes off. Literally, I can probably do this one-handed with the camera in my hand. I don't think it's going to come over that other side, though. Nope, not going to be able to do it one-handed. You got to get it past that pin because it's a flat there. I need to rig myself up a tripod of sorts out here. But I don't even know where all that stuff is at. Haven't done that kind of thing in so long. But anyway, you just pop them loose in the springs. And I just, I want to clean all this up. I want to take this arm out and clean that pivot, because they're usually pretty nasty. Grab a couple of 12 millimeters, knock that cable loose, and get it disconnected from the arm here, and just spin her out. I'm pretty sure that's threaded. I don't think that's just a free. Maybe it is free floating in there. I don't think it's threaded in the boss here. Like how they got that cutaway in here, so so if you get them stuck, you can spray some lube in there and get them freed up. It's not uncommon for the backing plate to stick to an axle if you don't lube them correctly. The cable feels nice and smooth, and I mean, it felt great when I'm riding it. Man, what is it about brake stuff? It's like messing with charcoal. All right, let's play with this thing here for a second. This is worse of a mess than I thought. It's just, I mean, this thing lived apparently in the mud, and was very seldom washed. By the very look of it, there's evidence of that, like everywhere. Poor little thing was neglected badly. And anyway, I'm gonna get me some simple green or something here and clean all this stuff off, because it's just mud. And it's not using felt. They're using a seal, but that seal, I think, has been just ground up to nothing. You can see the lip where it's been riding in there. But I'll get it all good and greased up, cleaned and greased up, and we'll make her pretty again. It's a weird nut they use on that, because it captures in the, if I can do this one-handed, it captures in this arm. Literally, I had it and it flipped right out. But anyway, it's how the nut works on this thing. Instead of having a regular nut, it gets captured in the end of that. Man, that's nasty. And then this is timed. It's got a groove in it where there's one of the teeth doesn't have a space, and that's the one that rides down on this one that does not have a space. That way your wear indicator is timed correctly. Anyway, quit messing with this. Let's get this cleaned up and put some new. She'll get it greased up, and I grease those shafts really good. I just clean everything up, and I put a light amount of grease on here, because you don't use a waterproof grease, because you don't want to introduce the grease into your drum or your shoes, because you'll never get it out once you get it in there. But let's get this cleaned up a little bit. Let's see what she looks like. Does that look a little more presentable there? New shoes, got everything cleaned up. I had an old bottle of that Liquid Performance Premium. This is the best bike wash ever. But it's wet. But our vendors don't sell it anymore, so I've moved on to other things. So I grease these things down. This is old Yamaha grease. It's a lithium soap-based grease. It was their race grease. It's probably been discontinued for 5+ years now. Haven't found anything to replace it. I barely have a bucket just for special things at work, and you can see this has been used quite a bit. There's a big clump in there, and so I use it sparingly, and highly water resistant. I mean, you can come back, later on, and I mean, even after it's been washed and whatever else, it just clings to it. It does a great job. But anyway, I'll grease, the pivot area here. You got to make sure you time that thing right, because you got to line the dots up between everything to get it. Just make it factory. You can put it however you want, but it puts everything, factory correct. So I'll assemble this thing right quick and We'll take a look at that. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? I mean, that simple green, just 100%. It's not diluted. And some warm water. And oh, I don't have my brushes out anymore. A couple of these cheap brushes that I get from Harbor Freight comes with these kind of a, usually get them there in the toothbrush things. There's a steel, a copper, or brass, whatever it is, and then there's a regular brush, the black bristles. Well, these are round and stubby, and man, you can get into places with those things. And it comes with a set of long ones too. But anyway, they work really good. So let me get this thing together right quick. Just take a couple seconds. What an absolute mess. So look at that. The action is so smooth. Listen, it's silent. Has no sound. See, it just cams it out. So what happens is you keep, you can adjust this thing so that it's incorrect. And where the dots aren't lined up there between the shaft and the arm. And what happens is it'll overcam and it'll get stuck. Ask me how I know. And over the years, I've had plenty of customers, that as I was going along, my brakes just locked up. And you look at their bike, I said, did you adjust the brakes? He goes, yeah, there was nothing left. I had to adjust them. So you took that arm off and reset it, didn't you? He goes, yeah, because I ran out of adjustment. Kind of like what's about to happen right here. And I said, well, yeah, you went too far and you overcammed it. I was going to get a set of shoes for the back too. But we'll get that later on. But then you make sure your axle's nice and clean. It's balled up in a rag over there behind the fork oil. But yeah, this thing's gonna have brand new brakes. Now I gotta clean that nightmare out of that. Man, talking about ridden hard and put away wet. This poor old gal, she has had some abuse. But man, she runs good. Runs strong, runs real good. I'm worried about that exhaust valve being tight like it was. It probably beat the hard facing off of the valve surface area, which in turn, your valves probably aren't as tight as they're supposed to be. There's a certain gap, where the seat area. But we'll deal with that at another time. This was completely full of mud, which that happens. And this is the bottom side. This is always the bottom side, so the water can come out. But when you do a creek crossing, it also lets the water in. And that's how you end up with those kind of no brakes for a little bit. We used to shoot grooves across it with a hacksaw. When I was racing my XR70R, I think it was a year before they went to disc rear. Fantastic brakes on it, except for the rear. And those work fantastic. Never had a problem with them. But you go through a deep creek crossing, on an event, and yeah, you had no rear brakes for a while. That was the nice thing about having a 4-stroke. You just downshift and let go. Let the compression work. But anyway, we'll finish this thing up tomorrow and take it for a little spin. The Raylan's going to be here, this weekend. Last weekend was their father's weekend, so I'm sure she'd like to go for another ride. If it's not too cold, maybe I'll roll that thing out and give her a proper bath. I still need to address that crack in the frame there before that gets out of hand. With my big butt on there, plus my grandkid. Plus we need to ride it and get her good and hot and make sure that there's no additional leaks going on in there. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. We already, like I normally do, we already did the goodbye vlog. And Kelly's, because it's 9:45, and Kelly, I was in there washing this stuff up. She goes, "You ready to eat?" I said, "I could wait a little bit." Christy made some more of her amazing, and I do mean amazing, chocolate chip cookies. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you with that. I will, right before I leave, I'll give you a shot of these chocolate chip cookies. I can only have like one a day. They're so rich. And there's a little bit of salt stuff sprinkled on there, and I'm sure that by itself, one of those cookies probably exceeds my, 'cause I'm not really low sodium, preferably a no sodium diet. I can't have more than 20%, per meal, maximum of 3 meals a day. And they said, don't make that your target to go 20%. That's just a maximum thing. Don't try to, get there, but so I be careful what I eat. But anyway, I'll leave you with a picture of those cookies, and then we'll fade out and do the goodbye vlog we did when we got home. These things are unimaginably fantastic. You have no idea how good those are. She could sell those things and be a millionaire overnight. I don't know how she came up with that thing, but wow. Kelly will compensate with her insulin and stuff and make room to have one of those cookies every once in a while. They're so good. Well, hello there, YouTube. So we leave and there's still sun out. Get back here.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yeah. 5:28.
I know.
It takes forever to get home.
It does.
And then it just, each day there's like more traffic, more than, of course, being a Friday.
Yeah. It's just nuts
Yeah.
out there.
Just is what it is. It gets busier and crazier as the years go by. It's crazy to think back to when we started regularly going to the Vancouver store in 06.
Oh yeah.
How different it was. You had the road to yourself, basically.
I know it. Yeah, it's gone crazy over the years.
And it's whizzed right in. Remember 205 used to always get congested.
Yeah.
But they've done different things to put, the lights, off-ramp lights and stuff like that. They've done a lot of things to improve that. But anyway, we're going to just bounce. We're going to start our weekend.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right. Friday and the weekend is full on.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.
Bye.